Hey guys, this is Brett, and I'm going to be casting some of our battles from Blazingly Blaze in our most recent Kenton COT Sorcerous Cup. This isn't our usual lock-on cup, but if you want to join that Green Reggie gang up there, there's some information down below. Let us know if you want to join in. We do require you to be Ultra Friends in order to be battling, so that way, in case Niantic changes anything with the battling requirements, we can still have our community playing. But anyway, let's get into the battles. So this is going to be a 3-round tournament, and first up we have Blazingly Blaze against the Bronx Bomber. Blaze has he's a challenger, but he definitely is going to be rising up the ranks, and he'll definitely get up there. So don't underestimate this guy. Bronx is one of our everyday, pretty much every tournament he shows up to, anything he can make. He is a very strong battler for sure. So we're gonna see how Blazingly Blaze can deal with him. So he's gonna send out Noctowl into a mirror match. He is running Nightshade. That's the common thing to be using in the Sorcerous Cup. So he's gonna overcharge a little bit. So is Bronx, though. Looked like a little bit of a desync there. But Blazingly Blaze is going to send out his Sky Attack before Bronx does. Bronx is not going to shield it. He's going to go ahead and tank it. He's going to try to click on the second Sky Attack, but Bronx is going to get his in first. Blazingly Blaze does not shield it, and he's going to try to throw out another one, but Bronx actually gets his in first. See what Blazingly Blaze is going to do. He's going to throw up his shield, actually, and I expect Bronx to be doing the same to keep it even. Oh, he almost missed a bubble there, but he's got it down. Oh, but Bronx actually switched it Munchlax, so he was able to tank that quite well. But Munchlax isn't actually very good against Noctowl, but at mostly full health he would have been able to body slam it down. Bronx is going to get a move in on this B-Drill, though, for the switch in. He's going to go for a body slam, try to bait out the last shield, but he does not get it. Blazingly Blaze is going to switch into... he's going to throw out his X-Scissor here against the Munchlax. Bronx is going to block that. I think it's a drill run there, but... Blazingly Blaze is going to get another X-Scissor in, actually, before a body slam comes out. And Bronx does not shield this one. He's going to throw out his... I imagine it's going to be a body slam. It takes down the B-Drill. I think Noctowl is a good choice here, yeah. Bronx switches out of his Munchlax into Noctowl himself. Is Blazingly Blaze going to get in here? Looks like he gets his Sky Attack off and takes out Bronx's Noctowl here. Oh, looks like Blazingly Blaze has a good matchup here. Munchlax versus Frostlass. The Avalanche still hurts quite a bit, but it does not like that lick damage from Munchlax. Blaze is gonna throw out his shield and keep it alive. He looks like he's hovering over Bulldoze a little bit, though, but he's going to use his Body Slam. Now I believe this does about 17 damage to Frostlass here. He was unable to bait out that shield, which he kind of needed. I imagine this Avalanche is going to do quite a good chunk of health. Yeah, so it's not something he really wanted to be taking, so he really kind of wanted to get that shield. Blaze is going to throw out another Body Slam, hoping for a shield this time, and he gets it. And Bronx is going to switch out into his own Munchlax, which is... Oh, Blazingly Blaze gets his Body Slam in just in time. Now Blazingly Blaze is going to consider switching into Noctowl right before the Avalanche. Perfect timing. Noctowl wasn't going to be real helpful against this Frostlass anyway, so he's sacking it. Bronx actually decides to undercharge that and get a couple more Powder Snows off before killing the Noctowl, but it's not enough. and Blazingly Blaze takes that first battle. Alright, we're going to get into battle number 2 here, and we're going to see how Bronx switches up this team, if at all, to try to take down Blazingly Blaze's team. Blaze is going to lead the B-Drill into the Skuntank, which is a pretty good deal here. Both of his moves are going to be super effective against the Skuntank, but Drill Run is really what you want to do. I imagine Bronx is probably going to switch like right away. Yep, he does. And B-Drill is going to be using this X-Scissor as a bait move first anyway, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. Bronx switches into his Munchlax, and Blaze is going to switch into his Azumarill to take care of it. Body Slam spam will hurt Azumarill pretty badly, so but if he can land a full Hydro Pump, it's gonna be game over for him. But he's going to go for Play Rough here as a safer option, energy cheap option, and he blocks it. So that's one shield down for Bronx here. He's gonna try to go for another Play Rough, but Body Slam's gonna be coming out first. Blaze does not block it. He's getting kind of low on health here, so he's going to throw out his Play Rough now. Bronx takes it. He's got a little bit of health left. Bronx is going to switch in the Skuntank, which has Poison Jab to knock out this Azumarill pretty badly. And Blaze was going to try to switch into B-Drill, but he unfortunately did lose that Azumarill there. And it went straight into B-Drill. Skuntank's going to get a move out here. It's going to be a crunch. It's going to be a crunch. Bait that out. Maybe do some bonus damage, but Blaze is going to try to bait again with that X-Scissor. And I think he's going to get the shield too. He does not. Bronx with those strong shield plays there. He does love to keep those shields as long as possible. Bronx gets another crunch in on this B-Drill. And B-Drill's barely going to get another X-Scissor off. He doesn't need a full Drill Run or anything, so he's going to go for the cheaper option. Maybe can squeeze out another move, but probably not, considering how low his health is. He's going to try to switch in as soon as possible, but he does not make it. Munchlax is going to come out against Frostlass. Frostlass isn't going to particularly like this, but Blaze does not have any shields to protect them this time. Avalanche doing plenty of damage. He's going to try to spam out. Oh, he was hovering over the Bulldoze, but he's going to decide to throw out a Body Slam before Bulldoze is even ready. Bronx is wisely not shielding that. He's going to switch in his own Munchlax and try to do pretty critical damage to Blaze's Munchlax before it goes down. Just a very slow clicking fest here. But Bronx still has a shield, so it's not going to be good. Body Slam coming out on this Frostlass, going to do no damage through that shield there, but Blaze goes down. Bronx securing the Game 2 victory. So we do have a tiebreaker now for number 3. Let's get into that battle. Okay, getting into battle number 3. Bronx taking quite a bit of time to pick out his team here. Wants to try to get the optimal lead here. He does send out his Skuntank first, so Blaze is going to match that with the Munchlax here. It's not the greatest matchup, but Crunch still do some pretty big stab damage there. But Bronx drops out of Skuntank and into a Knocked Owl, and Blaze is going to respond by going into the Azumarill here. Bronx is going to drop his Sky Attack here on the Azumarill. It does some decent damage, but not quite what you're looking for. Azumarill is a good matchup against Noctowl here, but you really do have to land that Hydro Pump. He's going to get a second Sky Attack in. Blaze is kind of farming up some energy here. Decides to shield it. And he's going to go for a play rough here, try to get a shield. Bronx does not shield it. So the point now is just to keep spamming out the play roughs. But that next Sky Attack is going to really injure this Azumarill here. Alright, he blocks the play rough. Sky Attack comes out. Blaze does not shield it. He's got a tiny bit of health left. Bronx swaps out into Skuntank. Bronx being very, very quick to swap out his Pokemon in this matchup, in this round in general. Munchlax uses Bulldoze here. Gets that nasty hit on the Skuntank there, but not quite close enough to kill it. Skuntank is going to get his charge move off. And he knocks out the Munchlax. Alola Muck comes out to kind of knock out that Skuntank. So something like a Alola Muck with a little bit of energy advantage is not something you really want to deal with. He does have that Snarl, so that is a lot of energy. Munchlax does have the Bulldoze, of course, and it's going to be kind of scary, but he goes for the Body Slam. Blaze does not shield wisely. Oh, he's going to throw out a Sludge Bomb. Kind of doesn't want to do any damage to this thing, so... or Sludge Wave. So he tried to undercharge a little bit, but he did hit a few too many bubbles. He killed the Noctowl. He throws up a shield against this Body Slam here, which is definitely what he needs to do. But Munchlax has one whole shield and a heck of a lot of health here. So he's going to throw out this Dark Pulse here and hope for the best, but does do some damage, but Brock's just not going to give up that shield. Gave him a chance. Body Slam goes off and Alola Muck goes down. Bronx Bomber winning the first round against blazinglyblaze here, so we'll have to see how he bounces back in the next matchup. Alright guys, we're going to get right into the second round here, and it is going to be blazinglyblaze against Cobert K. Cobert this was his first tournament with us, so you don't really know what to expect. He has a rival, but those are usually some of the scarier people to be battling against, because just look at that team up there. That is some wild stuff. Not really sure what to expect. This is probably not something you've been practicing against a whole lot, so we're going to end up in a Beedrill versus a Azumarill matchup here. It's a good matchup for Blaze here, but just going to keep poison jabbing away, try to farm up a bit. Just going to throw out an X-Scissor, going to try to grab a shield off of Cobert here. And honestly, I think if I were the Azumarill, I definitely would shield that, but gets the shield and he's going to throw out a Drill Run real quick. Cobert uses both of his shields on this Azumarill in a bad matchup against the Beedrill here, but Blaze is also going to throw up his shield, and it's actually an Ice Beam. Ice Beam is not actually that popular in this meta, but it's definitely what you want to be killing that Beedrill. So blazinglyblaze is going to get to another X-Scissor and going to throw it down. Definitely doesn't have any shields left, so it is probably going to kill this Azumarill. Easy peasy. Alright, and Cobert is going to go into his very own Beedrill, and Blaze has enough to get to that Drill Run, and Beedrill's not, it's going to be neutral, but it's really not going to like this. Yeah, doing probably about 50% of its health. But oh, Cobert gets to his move before Blaze does. He probably could have killed him with just the next Scissor, but he throws out the Drill Run just to be sure. Noctowl comes out to finish off that Beedrill. It should easily be able to farm it. If that Beedrill doesn't have Sludge Bomb, then it's really not a threat to Noctowl at all. Cobert is going to bring out his Mud Slapping Kangaskhan here. That's a rare Pokemon to see in this. But it is not a bad Pokemon by any means. That Mud Slap does hurt. Just not against a Noctowl, really. So Noctowl is going to get to his Sky Attack and do some big damage to the Kangaskhan and finish it off with a Wing Attack. So Blaze takes match 1 in the round 2. So let's go ahead and get into the next battle. Alright, moving in right away. Cobert's going to lead his Azumarill, and Blaze is going to also lead an Azumarill here. But Cobert kind of has the advantage here with Ice Beam. You could bait out a shield. Blaze will have to be going for a play rough every single time. But Cobert is running a Hydro Pump Ice Beam, so now we're back to Blaze having the advantage here. Play rough being a lot more efficient at killing other Azumarills, so Blaze is gonna spam on that play rough button. And Cobert using his shield against the play rough. Blaze wisely not using any shields on this. This play rough's gonna come out, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna have enough time to get a second play rough off and finish it off, but not entirely sure. Let's see how it goes. No, actually, I think Cobert's using an Ice Beam here. Blaze says, no, I don't want to shield this. And he survives, but is it just enough? Oh, actually, Blaze does not beat that Azumarill out, but he did take one more shield. But unfortunately, Cobert will have the switch advantage on him. Blaze is going to send out Noctowl and finish off that Azumarill, and in comes Alolan Raticate, which this thing is not to be laughed at either. It is very strong, very tanky. But Blaze here does not have a fighting type, so that Alolan Rat is pretty safe here. Blaze is going to use a Sky Attack, try to deal enough damage to this Alolan Raticate. And he barely does not get the kill. He's going to finish it off with a Wing Attack though, which in my opinion is pretty much a lot better than getting the kill. So Cobert is just giving up at this point. He's going to let that Kangaskhan get torn apart. He's not going to shield, he's just giving up, so. Blaze's going to finally do his Sky Attack here. Finish this off. And it looks like that was a two match round, forfeiting the third. So let's get into the next one. Alright guys, round 3 we are getting into blazinglyblaze against Witchy 3. This person is actually also a new person to our battling scene. Believed he was called in from Canada. So he's going to send out a fancy shiny Hypno here against blazinglyblaze's Munchlax. Munchlax is a very safe option to be using against things. Witchy does have the Medicham, but as long as he doesn't lead that, it's a pretty safe bet to be using that Munchlax. Munchlax is going to do some serious damage to that Hypno. Hypno going to throw out the Thunder Punch, try to grab a shield. Or he has Shadow Ball, and that's the best he's got. But he's going to swap out into Ninetales. See how Blaze responds. He's taking a lot of charm damage here. Azumarill's going to come out. Azumarill does have the wins against the other fairy types in the matchups. He's going to let this go through. Psyshock. Not going to be doing much damage, so Blaze is doing pretty well against his ace here. Once again, Blaze is not to be underestimated. Throws out the Play Rough, also blocked. Actually, Azumarill's taking a lot of damage from this Ninetales though. He's gonna throw out one more Play Rough here. Oh, I was gonna say, I wouldn't be surprised if the Ninetales blocked that one as well. Blaze is actually going to try to go for a Bulldoze here. He does immediately shield that. He doesn't want to get Psyshocked, he wants to get that Bulldoze off. I almost feel like he could get away with a Body Slam, but Bulldoze should be absolutely certainly enough to take out this Alola Ninetales. He goes down, Blaze is getting ready to swap out real quick. Medicham comes out and he switches into Muck, and it's pretty rough. He's going to try to go for the Sludge Wave. Blazinglyblaze is wondering if this is going to be a power-up punch, but it's actually a dynamic punch, so very good choice on shielding here. He's going to throw out the Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse does neutral damage to Medicham, so it's not terrible. It does get 50% of the health here. It powers up faster and it's neutral just as much as Sludge Wave is neutral, so it's kind of the safer option since the Sludge Wave wouldn't have one hit KO'd it anyway. He knocks it out. Only Hypno is left against this Alola Muck, but Thunder Punch might still do some pretty serious damage here. It's very close, but he's got that Dark Pulse ready to go. So Blazinglyblaze is going to secure this victory here. Alright, that's very well played. We're going to get into match number 2. Alright, match number 2 in this round 3. Blaze against Witchy on 3. Now, we have a Noctowl against a Alola Ninetales here, and while it doesn't have Powder Snow, it still does have an Ice Beam. So Blaze is going to have to be real careful, but Alola Ninetales is kind of on the frail side, so it doesn't really want to be taking the Sky Attack, so he is going to shield, and Noctowl is just, he's still taking quite a bit of damage. Charm is nasty pretty much no matter what, unless you have like a Steel type. But he's going to throw up the shield against the Psyshock, and Witchion's going to swap out into Hypno, and Blaze is going to throw down the Nightshade, hopefully fast enough that Witchion thinks it might be a Sky Attack. He does get it through. It still doesn't do very much damage. Nightshade is actually terrible. Unless Sky Attack is resisted and Nightshade is, then you kind of probably want to be going for Sky Attack. Munchlax is going to come out and use his Body Slam as soon as possible. Hypno's going to appear again. Blaze is like, nah, I don't need that. I'm going to get hit with the Thunder Punch, that's fine. And he's probably just going to lick away and farm all the way up. Or as much as he can anyway. It does hurt. But here comes Medicham, and Blaze is locked into this matchup, so he's going to throw his Body Slam out. Try to deal some damage. Medicham's going to take probably a quarter of its health. He's going to get to a second Body Slam, but this Medicham is farming up. He's going to have to be careful on what he's got in the back here. Munchlax throwing out the Body Slam, gets a shield. He still has one shield remaining. Still in a 2-2 matchup. This Noctowl is going to be coming out. He's going to throw up that shield. He doesn't want to get Dynamic Punched. That will still hurt this Flying type. Or Ice Punch too. Okay, so he's got an Ice Punch, Dynamic Punch. and he's got enough energy from all that farming, so Blaze is getting sacked here. Alright, Azumarill comes out. We want to keep the Azumarill high health, and he gets this. He's gonna get this play rough off, and as long as nothing extreme happens, like he misses all the bubbles, he should be doing pretty fine against this. Boom, knocked out. In comes Medicham, and Medicham's going to faint before he gets a charge move. So, very well played in match 2. Now we have a tie game, and we'll have to go into the third match to see how it goes. Very exciting battles here. Alright, game 3, round 3, for the tiebreaker match here. Muck against Ninetales. It's not a great matchup, but it does have Sludge Wave. But he's gonna try to bait out a shield first. That Charm still does neutral damage to Muck here, even though it is a poison type. So it's almost risky to try to bait a shield, but he does barely squeak in the Sludge Wave. But Wuxian has double shielded that Ninetales before. We're gonna see what he does here. He lets it go down. Blaze wins himself a switch lead, but he's gonna send out this Hypno, so he's gonna send in this Munchlax to counter it. And Wuxian's gonna swap out into Azumarill, get a double Azumarill matchup, and it's pretty much going to be pretty evenly matched here, so that Azumarill is definitely going to go down, but blazinglyblaze still has his Munchlax in the back for Hypno, so he's in a very good position. He does get a second shield against that Azumarill. Blaze with 2 shields left, definitely going to throw down the shield and try to keep it even. We still haven't seen that Hypno use a second move though. And while it's usually Shadow Ball, you don't know for sure. So they're just gonna keep throwing play roughs here. It's pretty standard stuff. If you've played PvP at all, you've probably been in this matchup. Not sure why he's considering switching here, unless the timer's up, so he's waiting for that Hypno to jump out. So it's a very wise thing to be aiming for. So I would definitely keep that shield just in case that Hypno has Focus Blast. So yeah, he got that switched up, so he can see right when Wuxian is going to swap into his Hypno, and it's going to be throwing that Thunder Punch, and he shields it. So he's likely to get to another one. If he had Focus Blast, he could probably get to it. He's been very selective about what he's been using, but every time he's been in this matchup against Munchlax, so he hasn't been able to really show if he had Shadow Ball or not. But he must have Shadow Ball because he just threw out a second Thunder Punch, so Blaze is effectively safe, and he's got nothing left to worry about. He's got this match on lockdown. Now he has an Azumarill with as much health as that Azumarill, and he has this Munchlax to burn it down. So, very, very good games with blazinglyblaze here. He may not have won the tournament, but he had some pretty exciting games. So, yeah, if you enjoyed that, of course, like, follow, and subscribe if you want to be part of that Green Reggie gang. And if you want to join our Lock on Kenton, we do a remote battle every month for the Great League Cup that Sylph comes out with. Yeah, we're always looking to increase the size of our community. So, yeah, go ahead, let us know, and we'll be back next time. Thanks for watching.